Hello Malaya people! We are Group 6 and in this vlog, we filmed our visit to several museums and heritage sites that depicts the history of our motherland. Just remain and see, for we are about to show numerous cultures, arts, and traditions throughout history. There are also works of art and sculptures by well-known Filipino artists. Kaya't sa lahat ng mga Malaya, come with us! But before we proceed with the showcasing of our chosen artifacts, these are the following museums and shrines we explored. The National Museum of Natural History, National Museum of Fine Arts, Manila Clock Tower, National Museum of Anthropology, and the Kartilya ng Katipunan.
Filipino architect Antonio Toledo constructed the National Museum of Natural History in the late 1930s. Let's explore the beauty inside the museum. First, the Tree of Life structure, which unites all the distinctive ecosystems in the Philippines. From our spectacular mountain ridges to the outstanding sea reefs, is located in the museum center. There are 12 galleries exhibited inside the museum, including the specimen displays from zoological, geological, and botanical fields that illustrate our distinctive natural heritage. As someone fascinated by human life and geological diversity, the place I could recommend to visit is the National Museum of Natural History.
Birds are characterized by the presence of feathers and the ability to fly. In 1991, a total of 556 species were reported in the Philippines. This includes 395 species which are known to breed in the country. The remaining 161 are migratory or vagrants, having flown in from as far off as China, Japan, or even Siberia, stopping all over the Philippine coastlines on their way to Australia. Of the 395 species, 172 are endemic. In the last 5 years, several new species have been named and several more are suspected to be new species. When the subspecies level is considered, the endemism rises even higher, with 708 out of 1,019 subspecies considered endemic. 86 species of birds found in the Philippines are under various threatened categories. Only Indonesia and Brazil have more threatened species at 104 and 103 respectively. When the criteria is narrowed down to species which are extinct in the wild, endangered, and critically endangered, the Philippines counts 45 species under these categories, that surpassed only by Brazil with 47 species. However, when another criterion is added, that of endemism, the Philippines tops the list with 40. Thus, it lands in the enviable position of being the country with the greatest number of endemic bird species on its threatened list.
Hi, I am Leona Jane Sancho and this is the artifact I found interesting during our historical tour. This is the portrait of Serapia Aduna, located in the National Fine Arts Museum. This image is a photo oleo created by Ramon Peralta, an esteemed Filipino scenographer and painter. It was painted in the year 1932 before color photography. Photo oleos are made by applying oil paint directly to black and white images to make them more lifelike and visually pleasing. This photo oleo is a portrait of Serapia Aduna, who is depicted wearing glittering jewelry, including a wedding ring, and holding what appears to be a long white fan made of bird feathers, which was then considered a symbol of social status. Little is known about Serapia, but some have speculated that she may have been a theater performer or participated in the Grand Manila Carnival.
Hey everyone, I'm Jamaica Fernandez and I'm thrilled to have you join me at the National Museum of Fine Arts for an incredible day of art exploration. Get ready for a treat as we explore Fabian de la Rosa's remarkable masterpiece, La Perla de Lucban. Join me as we delve into the captivating story behind this artwork and discover the artistic brilliance of de la Rosa. Now hold on to your hats because this painting is truly something special. Can you believe that De La Rosa created this exquisite portrait way back in 1891 when he was just 22 years old? Yep, you heard that right. And get this, he hadn't even received any formal art training at the prestigious Manila Art Academy that time. Talk about raw talent. But wait, there's more to this captivating artwork. This stunning art features Maria Isabel Nepomuceno de Ordovesa, a great woman who tragically passed away 3 years before the painting was brought to life. It's a tribute, a way for De La Rosa to honor his dear friend and a father figure, Juan Ordovesa, Maria Isabel, beloved husband. Bye!
The old session hall of the Senate of the Philippines, housed in the old legislative building, stands as a unique and magnificent chamber. Originally designed as a museum and library, it was transformed into the legislature seat during the American colonial period. Sculpted by Isabelo Tampinco and his sons, the hall's decoration boasts an exceptional fusion of classical sculpture with Filipino motifs. The entablature showcases renowned lawmakers and moralists throughout history, while allegorical groupings symbolize various aspects of progress. The hall played a significant role in advocating the Philippine independence, with Senate President Quezon leading discussions. Despite surviving the Battle of Manila, the hall underwent changes over time. However, the National Museum successfully restored it to its original grandeur, preserving its historical significance as a symbol of democracy and freedom.
The exquisite drapery is rendered in the piece by Isidro Arceo, the son of Juan Arceo, in a manner that is reminiscent of Mariano Asuncion y Molos' 1878 painting of a similar scene. This is one of 6 paintings in the exhibition that show the Virgin Mary being crowned. The artist depicted Mary being taken before the Blessed Trinity, who praise her as Queen of Heaven and Earth, similar to earlier representations of the coronation. In the Holy Rosary, the coronation comes as the 5th glorious mystery.
Currently, we're here at the National Museum of Fine Arts. Hi, I'm Kath, and here with me is the infamous portrait of a lady, also known as Minovia, or portrait of Paz Pardo de Tavera, painted by Juan Luna in 1890. A lot of people say this painting has a curse, as its past owners suffered from bad luck, may it be from business going down to suffering from illnesses. Tony Nazareno sold it to Imelda Marcos, and in 1986, she donated it to the National Museum. She seems to be posing after a sexual interlude, her skin flushed pink, her frothy night dress appearing to have slipped a little, revealing her supple right breast. This artwork was finished in 1890 in Paris.
Arts and artists came a long time and produced many inspirations to others. Some teaches us knowledge, some teaches us values. Some picture significant events in the past. Hi, my name is Gina Cedricas Ramos, and I chose this artifact. Juan Luna created an amazing piece of art called Spolarium. This picture depicts a moment in Roman history that focuses on a brutal distraction caused by gladiatorial combat. The basement of the Roman Coliseum, known as the Spolarium, is where the dead and dying gladiators were thrown and stripped of their material goods. The fallen gladiators that are being hauled by Roman troops are the focal point of Luna's artwork. The opportunity to strip the contestants of their metal helmets and other equipment is eagerly anticipated by fans on the left. The right side, in the contrast to the intense emotion shown on the left, display a melancholic tone, while a woman sobs at the loss of her loved one, and an elderly guy searches with a torch. Maybe he is searching for his son. This masterpiece gave inspiration to 24 years and long-time running conspiracy theory that later on former Eraserheads frontman Eli Buendia revealed what their fan-favorite song Spolarium means. It's really just about getting peace drunk. The enigmatic cut from 1997's Sticker Happy album, whose title is a reference to Juan Luna's magnum opus, was inspired by Swiss liqueur Goldschlarge. Fans long believe that the song was an allusion to the tragic death of 80s pop star Pepsi Paloma. According to Buendia, Spolarium is one of those cases where really the myth has short of taken over by the facts. Spolarium is one of the great art produced by different artists that convey not only one, but multiple meaning to it.
The 81mm mortar cartridge high explosive. This was probably used during the World War II and was donated to the Manila Clock Tower Museum after they discovered it in their excavation at the University of Santo Tomas, Sampaloc, Manila, by Police Lieutenant Leo D. Limbaga, Chief of District Explosive and Cannon Unit or DECU, under the supervision of PB Gen Andre P. Dizon, District Director, and during the incumbency of City Mayor of Manila, Maria Sheila Hani Lacuna Pangan.
In the heart of the National Museum of Anthropology, a precious artifact awaits. Behold, the Quran of Bayang, a masterpiece that holds deep spiritual significance for Muslims around the world. As the sacred book of Islam, it carries the divine messages and teachings of Allah, guiding believers in living a life of faith and principles. Handcrafted with utmost care, this cherished manuscript is one of the earliest copies found in the now Sul, Philippines. According to oral history, it was lovingly copied by Saidna, an esteemed Haji, during his pilgrimage journey. This remarkable copy was named Maradika, symbolizing freedom. Its journey had been marked by challenges, yet its spirit persevered through history. As we honor its historical and cultural value, the Quran of Bayang continues to bridge the gap between nations and faith, symbolizing unity and reverence for the sacred. This is Maurice Anne De Leon, inviting you to witness the extraordinary history and beauty of the Quran of Bayang at the National Museum of Anthropology.
Hello, I'm James Aki, and I'm here to discuss the musical instruments among the Lamanan and Muslim groups. The indigenous musical instruments of southern Philippines, which are part of most ceremonial rituals and social gatherings of both Lumad and Moro groups, are composed of percussion, string, and wind instruments made of brass, wood, and bamboo. This often includes gongs, lutes, zithers, juice harps, flutes, and among others. Two-string lutes called Kutyapi by the Maguindanao and Maranao and Kutyapi by the Bukidnon are often played by male musicians, while cedars or tangkol among the Bukidnon and Saloday among the Manobo are often played by the females. Of these knob, gongs made of brass, bronze, or iron called Agong or Agong by the Maranao, Bukidnon, and Manobo or Tonggalan by the Tausug and Sama are the most prominently used.
Let's proceed to the artifact known as Pale or Bale, which can be found at the National Museum of Anthropology. I am Jaira A. Patwal, one of the members of Group 6 from NLEC 1. Pale, also known as Bale, is an Ifugao traditional house from Mayoyaw, Ifugao. The one shown in this video is from the National Ethnographic Collection, which was a gift from Petron Corporation just in time for the centennial commemoration of Philippine independence in 1998. Likewise, the said traditional house was installed in the courtyard of the National Museum of Anthropology in 1998. This house's walls, floors, and pillars are constructed of high-quality wood, and its roof is covered with several layers of cobalty. Unlike the low roofing of conventional buildings in southern Ifugao, this house has a steep pyramidal roof. A wooden ladder that leads up to it is removed at night. A cooking fireplace that also serves as a source of warmth and light is located in the center of the room. A warehouse for baskets, harvested rice, firewood, and other supplies is located underneath the thatched roof. The room is utilized for sleeping quarters, and the lower section is used for gatherings and rituals. The house is mobile and may be relocated from one place to another.
What is a balanghay? I'm Sanjay Kikapurkos, and I'll introduce to you the historical background of this artifact and its importance. On your screen is a mini version of a balanghay. along with the other artifacts. These boat trades in the same manner Vikings throughout Southeast Asia. These luxurious, large vessels were typically employed for lengthy voyages. It was discovered at the Butuan excavation site and dates from around 320 BCE to 1200 BCE. These historical discoveries demonstrate that Butuan was one of the most significant historical sailing ports in our country's history. This discovery helped us gain a better grasp of the factors that produced our culture and the approximate date that our countrymen began traveling throughout Southeast Asia. This Balanghay is an immense historical treasure that should be valued and preserved.
Or dabu-dabu. It is a signaling instrument horizontally suspended in front of mosques. A standard rhythm calls people to prayer on Fridays, while a more intricate tempo is played during Ramadan. The azan is the call marking the waqtu, time for the salat or prayers, which began at subuh or early dawn, at luhul or noon, asar or around 3 in the afternoon, maghalib or after sunset, and isa or early evening. In rural areas, the waqtu is signaled by the beating of drums or gongs.
The National Museum of Anthropology, or formerly known as Museum of the Filipino People, houses thousands of archaeological and anthropological artifacts that were found in the Philippines. The National Museum of Anthropology building was the former Department of Finance building until the start of World War II. It served as one of the defensive installations of the Japanese Army and was bombarded by the American force with heavy artillery fire. Through its experiences, the building could be considered as an artifact itself.
The Bonifacio Shrine, also known as the Kartilya ng Katipunan or Heroes Park, is a public park and plaza in Ermita, Manila, Philippines. Located just north of the Manila City Hall and south of Mihan Garden and Liwasang Bonifacio. Its centerpiece is the monument to Filipino revolutionary Andres Bonifacio and the Philippines of Revolution fronting Padre Burgos Avenue. The Bonifacio and the Katipunan Revolution Monument, situated with the grounds of Bonifacio Shrine and designed by Filipino sculptor Eduardo Castrillo, who was unveiled in 1998.
To wrap it all up, may this vlog serve its purpose, to show the importance of primary and secondary sources. Such resources bring us back to what our culture looked like in the past. They somehow make us experience the old days. They hold a lot of interesting stories and information, and they open new doors towards new discoveries, knowledge, and encounters. This journey of ours is indeed filled not just with fun, but also with amusement. Indeed, ang paglingon sa nakaraan ay mapagpalaya. Now, I want to inform you that you've reached the end of our vlog. Thank you for watching!